My name is Lindo, as you've seen, and I'm from Swaziland. Sad that you haven't heard about Swaziland, but that's a good thing. This is going to be new, so nobody's going to like, I've heard that before. We just pass this around. Alright, that's the way things work on here. Yeah? Alright. Just pass them around. I'll keep one for myself. Alright, before we start, I need one volunteer who doesn't mind getting dressed up like a Swazi. Oh my god. I can't choose. Okay, who really wants to do it? Okay, let's have this dude right here.
Yes, Anthony.
Anthony is your name?
Yes.
Awesome. I'm going to mix you up. Oh, I'm Lindo. Good to meet you. So today Anthony is a Swazi. Yeah, lift up your... Yeah. There we go. And then I have a matching necklace. Yeah. Alright, so this is what a Swazi, traditional Swazi would look like. Pretty much everyday life, or if it's a traditional event, but this is pretty much the way things work. You can take a seat and then I'll probably take that off because I kind of need it. Okay, so Swaziland is a special country because it's called the Kingdom of Swaziland, which is because we have what we call a monarchy. We have a king instead of a president. So we don't have to change leaders every 5 years or every 10 years or whatever. But the person who is in power is always in power until a time when they no longer can be able to perform their duties, and then they have to pass on the kingship to their son or whoever else is in line for power. This right here is a picture of the King of Swaziland. His name is King Mswati III. And then this is the Queen Mother right here. So the Queen Mother is the mother to the king. And this is what we call the coat of arms. And it's basically one of the items that you will find on every official government building or official government document. And basically this is a lion right here. And the lion is a representative of the king. And that's a she-elephant, and it's a representative of the Queen Mother. And this word right here is read Siyingaba. Can you draw that? Siyingaba. There you go. And then it means we are a fortress. And then next we have, this is the map of where we find Swaziland. As you can tell, it's a very tiny country right there. There's obviously we have two neighbors. We have South Africa on this side, and we have poor old Mozambique on the other side. We are landlocked, so we have no access to the sea whatsoever, but obviously if you want to go diving into the sea, you can obviously drive to Maputo, which is close. I don't know how close that is, but it's pretty close, as you can see from the map. And next thing is, these are some of the important dates in Swaziland. Our Independence Day is the 6th of September 1968. Probably none of us were alive by then. I wasn't there myself, but I have two images that these are one of the most important images we have that represent the independence of Swaziland. This is the old king. His name is King Sobhuza II. So he's the father to the current king. And this is when he was officially being given, I don't know whether to call it power over the country. And he was delivering his first speech of the new country. And this right here is the date when our flag was adopted. And if you could look in your handout, I have a picture of the flag there, and I think I should have one, two up here. Oh, there it is, yeah. The colors that we have the color blue, which represents peace and stability. We have the yellow, which represents the resources of the country. And then we have red, which represents the blood of all the people who fought for the freedom of the country. And then we have this very interesting looking item in the middle, which is this is a shield, and this shield basically represents protection of the country against all its enemies. And the colors that you see, the distinct colors, the black and the white, and how they interact with each other. You see there's black, white, and then there's, those things on the other side. That's what represents black and white people living together in harmony in Swaziland. So we are a very multicultural country, and we have both black and white people living together in peace. And then going on, there's a picture of some of the celebrations that we have in Swaziland. Swazis are very celebratory people. We like to dance, we like to sing, we like to do things that are fun, and we like to take life easy. Even though it's a small country, we don't have much to do. Lots of people you will hear are not living life good as we know it. They're not very rich, or they don't have too much cars or too much houses. But what we do know is that Swazis are very, very celebratory people. They celebrate life any chance they have. And this is one of the most important activities that you'll hear about in Swaziland. It's called the reed dance, and of course they carry, this is the reed that they're carrying right here. This is where we have thousands and thousands of young girls coming from all over the country. They come together to meet and to celebrate. They celebrate their kingship, they celebrate the king, they celebrate the queen mother, and they basically pick up the reed. The reed is basically used to build certain structures in the traditional Swazi setting. It's a very interesting way of bringing together girls from all over the country to celebrate and to have fun, like I said, to eat because they have lots of meat. And it's a very joyful ceremony. And I think I have a video. I'm going to show very quickly.
Yep, that's fine. I think, Lindo, you take as long as you need. You can say, if you can do second period, and we'll do that.
Okay.
So don't worry about time.
All right. Let's see. This one right here. I apologize if you will see some... okay, let me just play it. So as you see, these are the girls, they're dancing traditionally, and they're wearing their traditional gowns. It's a joyful ceremony. It takes about a whole week. They come together and do all sorts of things, and then finally there's a day of dancing, which is what you're seeing in the picture, where it's just dancing, dancing, dancing. As you can see, everybody's pretty excited. It's a pretty nice sight to see. The songs they're singing are traditional songs. Some of them, they come up with them every year. They come up with new songs that they make for themselves. Alright. Pretty exciting, huh?
How many girls do you think that are there?
They get record numbers every year. I think the latest was about 60,000 young girls. For a country that has 1.4 million people, that is pretty much a lot of people. Yeah. Alright. And then... yeah. And the next one that we have is... this is pronounced Ingwala. Ingwala. Can you try that?
Ingwala.
Now I can hear the click. Ingwala. Yeah, it's that hard. So this one is called the National Prayer. This one is basically the male version kind of what you were seeing of the other one, because that one was all women and girls. This one is sort of all males, and it's basically where Swazis come together to pray and to celebrate the new harvest, and to celebrate, to thank the gods for bringing rains, good rains that have brought about the good harvest. Swazis are farmers, so we do a lot of corn. We call it maize, which is kind of weird when you come to this part of the world and everyone calls it corn, but we call it maize, and it's pretty much something we have in common with Ayo, because we also grow a lot of it. And so this is where we celebrate. This is where we thank the gods for everything that they've done. And this is, you will see, these are males who are fully dressed in their traditional regalia. They're carrying their shields, and it's also quite a joyful. It's filled with singing, filled with dancing, and it's fun. And then this is just a general video, or this is just a general slide about Swazi cultural life. Food, as I mentioned, we have lots of maize, we have lots of beans. What you see in the picture is sweet potatoes, and I never thought I'd find them here, but I actually did. It was quite a surprise. But obviously you cook them differently to us. But this is a picture of some of the potatoes that we have, and these are beans, and we have lots of wild fruits. And growing up, I grew up in a farm with my grandfather, and we used to go out into the wild and pick up different fruits. Some of them you can't find anymore because they have run, because of the cutting down forests, because of building houses, and obviously that is hurting the tourism of the country because you cannot find some of the fruits anymore. And that is an amazing picture of a family. This is what a Swazi traditional family would look like, dressed up in their traditional regalia, like our good friend, remind me his name again?
Anthony?
Yes, Anthony. So he would be probably somewhere in the middle right there. And so that's the father, that's the mother, and those are the young girls, that's the young boy. We wear a lot of skins, and these skins basically have survived a long, long time because we no longer make new ones because it's kind of very bad picture of the country if we keep killing animals to use their skins. So basically, we preserve them, we try to pass them on from generation to generation. I have my own skins that were given to me by my grandfather, but I can't wear them. I couldn't bring them here because I had to go through an airport and everything. But this is basically what Swazi life looks like. This is what the traditional Swazi house would look like. It does not mean I live in a house like that. But I've certainly seen some like this. It was basically made up of grass. And as you can see, it's a very mountainous country, lots of mountains, lots of vegetation, and it's very green. And this is what a modern kind of one would look like right there. And let's see, what more I have. And obviously, nature, tourism, you can find all sorts of wildlife, all sorts of scenery. If you like hiking, Swaziland is a perfect place to do it. And I have a perfect video to show you guys. It's probably going to take a while.
Fascinating culture.
There is a lot to see, and the culture is really unique.
Awe-inspiring landscapes.
The scenery is just magnificent.
Wonderful wildlife. Exciting activities.
There's amazing hiking trails, quad biking, there's plenty of stuff here.
5-star hospitality.
For foreigners coming here, there's a real sense of welcome.
The real Africa.
I've been loving this country, I'm loving it.
This is sort of male version of the dance.
Welcome to
This is
Swaziland,
what they dress
a
like for
country
the
that proudly
Douala.
maintains its traditions, giving visitors an authentic African experience in a safe and stable environment.
Swaziland is a very special little country, easy to get around, lots to see and do, and the people are so friendly.
Swaziland is one of Africa's smallest mainland countries, but has a rich variety of landscapes. Within this spectacular environment is a wealth of exciting wildlife. First on many visitors' lists is big game, and Swaziland has plenty.
If you look around, I can tell you there's some elephants. So you can see the vegetation is completely different here.
Swaziland is one of the few countries in Africa where you can see both white and black rhino.
Yeah, it's very special. Looking also at it and the face that looks with that smile. It is beautiful.
A close encounter with a rhino is something you'll never. In many wildlife parks, visitors have the freedom to roam where they like.
We call it the outdoor lover's paradise.